Have RickyCrow on the Terry. Jax is going to be pulling out the King K rule. So Barry Togard will make another appearance here in this bracket. Seemingly the bracket favorite.
King of Fighters versus the Crocodilian King himself. Who ends up wearing the crown at the end of the day, we'll find out shortly. Well, his crown's fallen off, actually, so might be the case where Terry instead has crowned it, but he quickly gives it away, says those who want power don't deserve it, and he's too humble to take it up himself. We've seen amazing Terry play so far today. We've seen a wide variety of it, so I'm curious to see what variant RickyCrow brings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the Fundies Terry that we saw previously. This seems like good old Terry Bogard, the way that he was God-given and, you know, born American raised to being able to put out onto the scene. A lot of the jab power geysers, and he's going to get buried in the ground before Tilt will get the job done.
Unfortunately, will die on the same American soil that raised him. But nonetheless, still's got 2 stocks left to work with. 127 for the King K rule is plenty if you're a big body to try to work through. And it's worth noting, a lot of these starters are exactly as such. It's jabs. If you use that in air, you can so easily eat through that and deal out some damage of your own. Power dunk at 159, still not enough to finish the job.
Can we get a counter on how many times D-Lo has asked a King K rule to use the moves with armor? Because I'm pretty sure we're getting up to, like, you can't eat this many bananas in a day kind of level.
It's really useful. It would be such a great option to ensure safety upon landing. So if you're going to land with something, I don't understand why it's not going to be the Nair. But no, instead they're just going to keep making a fool out of me. And also doing a pretty good job making a fool out of the Terry. But a back air quickly shuts me up and shuts down that first stock.
Back air looks so weird for Terry because as an auto turnaround character, you don't think of back air as like a move that you should really have, but it's very formidable. I mean, an incredible amount of knockback on that one, a great kill option for them. Take away the stock and a power geyser. Hang on, Go Meter online. Just do it again. Rip one more. Get even more percentage. And meanwhile, Jax get another variant, another up tilt. Plenty of percentage going the opposite way. Bird Knuckle taps the shield, won't be able to get the job done. Another jab, power dunk will start things
So you can tell that Jax is trying to get a bit creative. Opted to not go for the finish on the Gentleman's. Instead was trying to get a read on RickyCrow to go for some evasive option, maybe a roll or a spot dodge, but they don't bite for it. Instead, they're going to have to be biting the end of those tips of the knuckles. As it's going to be the F tilt to finish off second stock. And now RickyCrow playing from their last.
60 on the King K rule. Very much within range of a jab rising tackle just about anywhere on the stage, especially if you land that on those platforms. We've seen plenty of those jab starters from RickyCrow here in game number 1. Needs to find one more to even out the stock count. A lot of extra credit going the way of Jax, hanging on to this stock for another 54%. That's at least something to write home about as we go into the final stock situation.
Issue is Terry can make up for that with 2 of those right there. Quickly just answers back with jab, power dunk. I do love the fact that we're seeing Jax play oftentimes beneath this platform, recognizing that now you can't approach from above with that exact same move. But off stage, no limits, no issue. 81 to 60, Jax still with a bit of a lead.
Good idea on the ledge trap. They're holding the shield, waiting for that neutral get up, and then just grabbing him, throwing him off one more time, evading that up air that might have honestly killed him off if he did get hit by it. Does manage to avoid it for now, and plenty of damage being poured on. The jab, power dunk doesn't do it, but man is he hurt.
It's okay, can still deliver as much of a beating as he's receiving. Back throw gonna send him right back off stage. But it's very hard to try to actually contest that Croc pack, as it does have a hitbox above. Jab, power dunk, though, going to be enough to punch him right in the gut. Beneath the belt, doesn't matter, the ref wasn't watching. Game 1 gonna go down to RickyCrow.
Gets put in the back pocket. We have got 1-1-2-1's Knee Gunner will be coming out. Of course, it's going to be wearing a Sans Undertale hoodie, but at least has a Mario cap on top, so not the same knee that you always see every time.
You gotta show respect to your roots, but nonetheless dripped out here. Doesn't have the PIEA championship belt, but it's the best you can get here in the Smash Bros scene. But the question is, how do you play this Knee Gunner? You can play it very escape-oriented there with that fair, which guarantees you a lot of great auto-spacing, a lot of great pressure, too. But it won't be known until we see what the moveset is as the game continues. Power dunk, though, easily gets that first stock.
Yeah, we're not even getting to see what recovery option the Knee Gunner has available, because taking the stock very early without really even going off stage means that a lot of mystery still hold or excuse me, still held in the palm of this Mii Gunner. Making some decent progress here on the second stock. They lost their first one pretty quickly, but seeming to get their feet underneath them here. Go meter is online though, D'Lo, and that could mean a lot of damage coming their way.
We were talking trash about Samus's multi-hit up smash. We can't neglect to say the same for Mii Gunner. Falling out of it off the platform, especially because of the short Mii Gunner, feels terrible when you really should have had that stock dead to rights. But evened up there, not going to go to commit the Buster Wolf, instead just goes to the Flaming Knuckle, maybe realizing that they would slip out of it a bit too easily. But the Power Geyser, that's a different story.
A raw Power Geyser is just such an aura farming move. You just throw it out in neutral and then wait for somebody to get hit by it and just explode completely. Such a cool option to throw out. Wow, RickyCrow definitely no stranger to it. Will be losing that first stock finally though, and F-Smash will get them done and dusted for stock number 1. They've still got plenty left in the tank to work with here. A good tech chase with that neutral B, adding up a little bit of percentage onto this Mii Gunner and working their way toward that third stock.
The reality is Jax clearly is a player who likes to get up close and personal, maybe something inherited from their King K. Rool days, but that's not what this character is really meant to do. Your Nair is not meant to be going in with it. You're meant to be buying space with it so you can do that. Spam away at that charge shot and fair. Granted, like you said about the Sonic, it's a polarizing way to play it, but typically it's the ideal way you want to.
Yep. Just because it's not cool doesn't mean it's not optimal. Unfortunately, there are characters like that, and we won't be seeing too much more of it, at least for this game, because already Mii Gunner's third stock But you got to be able to get there to start with, D'Lo, and it is not going to be easy, especially when somebody like RickyCrow is standing in your way. Goes Terry for game number 3. The adaptation is back to the King K. Rool.
I like it.
We'll see what goes down on Hollow Bastion.
I like how they're matching too. Couples that fight together should dress together, and clearly all black everything. We're going incognito, we're going stealth mode, but I think it's a bit hard to be inconspicuous when you're a gigantic crocodile. Let's see if they can go under the radar today.
Probably unlikely, considering they've already been spotted out by this Terry and taken 91% for their troubles. Haven't yet found a hit of their own, still 0% on this Terry. Trying to come back to ledge with that ground. A very popular option for these King K. Rules.
No.
It goes all the way up to get him with the rising tackle. Still untouched up until this point. This Terry's playing red hot.
RickyCrow has sprouted wings. We got the blunderbuss to try to put a bit of a damper in their parade, but it's just continuing to rise up the percentages and send this King K. Rool up to the sky as well. These full hop back airs, you're looking for an option that RickyCrow's not really prone to do. I don't see them jumping out of a scramble situation too often. They're oftentimes keeping their feet on the ground and looking for an option like that. An F-Smash, 2 stocks already down and only at 72%.
Only 1 minute off the clock. These are going fast and in a hurry like hotcakes. 1 minute, 10 seconds is all that we've ticked away from this one, and 65% already dealt to the King K. Rool. Still all 3 stocks for RickyCrow. Now the go meter is online. Loves that Power Geyser. Gets buried there and thrown off the stage. Haven't been able to throw out any of those go moves yet, but as soon as their feet touch the ground, you gotta imagine that's what they're going to.
This is gonna be the almighty question. Are you okay? After that Power Geyser, the answers are a resounding no. Back throw, though, will reset the percentage and take off that go meter, but it's still a green light for RickyCrow to go for the finish. Great armor, though. Finally, we see the Nair.
Armor twice in a row, even on the up air. Gets a little bit of armor love on that one. Going for the crown, jab, jab, power dunk into the corner. Big Hollow Bastion stage will keep you safe for now, but the next one won't be so polite. Tech on the stage, keeping themselves alive. Gets in with the Nair. He's looking good.
That was beautiful work, but the dodge is going to instantly be responded to by the Terry attack. Off the response. See that Jax wants to take their time, but I don't think RickyCrow's going to allow you much more on the clock. Good back throw. What do we find for follow-up?
Yeah, uses the crown, goes off stage, and now has to make it back on through the onslaught of RickyCrow. Another great grab, continuing to play an excellent grappler style and the downing.
The hope is still alive in Pocono West. The mountain, we haven't quite climbed it just yet, but we haven't fallen off its peaks. We can still climb higher, but Terry's gonna send you there with one last uppercut.